Yo, what up, guys? It's Mr. Gruss here, back from MDR Starcast. Hope my 11th vlog now, I believe it is, in total up on the channel. I believe this should be my third vlog in Thailand. We had the first vlog, which would have been last Friday. Today is Friday, so like Friday, I think the 6th of December now. Been out in Thailand for a week, been enjoying it. So I wanted to follow up from my first vlog where I did a little tour around the room, still a hotel, chilling on my big couch. Hopefully you can hear me as my tablet quality of the video is going to be a bit grainy and I don't think the sound's amazing on it, but it should do the job. Anyway, so this video is kind of a little bit just to speak about what's been going on in Thailand for any of you guys that are interested in Thailand and you know what I'm up to. It's not really covering any League of Legends content, so if you don't want to know about that, about Thailand and that, and you just want to know about League, then fuck off. But maybe in a nicer way. But there we go. It's very, 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 very hot today. It's coming up to about 1 o'clock. I'm about to go out and get a massage. I think my back's hurting a little bit, so it's very cheap. You can get a massage here for about 200 baht for an hour, which is the equivalent of £4. I've had massages in England, and you're looking between £40 to £50, or between £30 to £50 for an hour. Also, I've got my green tea here, my makeshift cup. I had a glass, but I didn't want to break the glass, so I just cut a bottle of water in half and stuck it in there. So I don't know, it's doing the job. It was a bit hot at first to grab hold of, but there we go. So anyway, I've got a couple of notes here because I was thinking yesterday, what should I get into this video? Start off here actually. As you guys may have noticed, I went to the arcade the other day. And some people were saying, "Who's that girl in the background?" Like, she's my #1 fan, so that way. And the arcade's called Planet Fun. It's in this. There's this massive, massive mall, like where you have everything you could ever imagine: restaurants, shopping, cinemas, or one cinema, and the arcade. I went there when I would come here this year around February. I went there and I won quite a bit. And I walked past it. I forgot about it and I saw it. And I was like, yes. And you saw it. I was on that toy with the big claw. Basically, it goes around in a circle. You have this claw, and you just got to try and scoop up a thing. I got pretty lucky in that video. You know, I don't always get the toys like I did. You know, you just got to kind of time it right. You can kind of time it right where you get the claw to sort of go there. But sometimes the toy won't, if there's not a toy behind it or if the toy's in the wrong position, it won't pick it up. And basically what happens is, so I collected about 10, I won another 12 I think yesterday. And there's other games you can win points on, and basically these points you can keep the teddy bears if you want. I kept all of them last time, I gave them to some girl because I'm nice like that. You can trade the points in for prizes, and by the time you spend them out, I've spent quite a bit of money there just because I enjoy it. I think that's the way to look at it. If you're enjoying yourself, that's the main thing. But I spent quite a bit of money. Basically, if you have like 350,000 points, you can get a PS3, and one of those bears are worth 500 points. So it's quite a long way. But you can get big ones that are worth like 20,000, but it's very hard to get. But I guess you could get them. So here's these little coins you have. You basically have these coins which say Fun Planet on. You basically. I've got a few here, still ready for some action when I next go. And basically, you put them in and then you just go. They're valued at I think 10 baht a coin, which is about 20p. So that's not too bad, but it soon mounts up before you know it. And as I say, I spent quite a bit of money at the arcade, but they have other things. They have a basketball. They're quite the Thais. I guess they spend a lot of time at the sort of arcades like that because they don't really have sort of supercomputers, and the internet cafes you go around here, they're always packed with Thais. I went in one the other day and someone were playing Counter-Strike. There was League of Legends on there, which I actually made an account. It's the Thai League of Legends called Garena or something. Made an account on it actually when I was over here this year, earlier, but the internet connection where I was really bad. I played one game, but I was just lagging and couldn't keep up with it, and being low level kind of sucked. I had no masteries and stuff, but yeah, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, they all play like Tekken and stuff, and you just see them smashing each other. Or the dancing games, man. They're not really allowed to record much in Thailand, take pictures. They're quite funny about it, which is understandable. I don't know, obviously taking pictures of people is understandable, but places and stuff, they kind of get a bit funny. In certain places you see that they have like no pictures and stuff, but obviously I can't speak Thai. I wanted to ask them if I could film them because them dancing on that thing was crazy. I've never seen anyone move so fast. But you know, yeah, and also basketball. They were just like pew 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 pew. But yeah, moving on from the arcade, I went to the cinema 2 days ago on Wednesday or something. I only watched the Hunter Games, Fire, Rise of the Fire or something. I've never seen the first one, and I didn't really know much about the second one. I knew there was a lot of publicity about it because people were obviously excited because the first one was good or something, I guess. And I didn't know what to think, and the girl I'm staying with at the moment wanted me to go there with her, and it was quite expensive. It was 400 baht a ticket, which is actually £8, which is quite a lot for Thailand. But the reason why it was so much was because it was in 4D, so I imagine that would be 3D and 4D. So 3D obviously where you wear the glasses and shit comes out of you, and 4D where you have the environment kind of comes at you. You have like air and water sort of come at you, and the chair shakes. But it wasn't actually 3D; it was just 4D, and so we were watching it, and the first hour was pretty shit, but in my opinion. Because I study film and video, and obviously you guys probably agree, the first 5 minutes you watch a television program or a film, you're waiting to be sucked in, and I didn't get sucked in by this. Like, one person died at the start just through some random little scene or something. And because I hadn't seen the first one, it just made no sense to me. Obviously, the film, the director or whatever, the team that made the film rely on you obviously seeing the first one and not thinking that you just come in and watch the second one. So if you watch the first one, maybe the first hour would make a lot more sense. Because it didn't, it was just a lot of dialogue and talking. And I was pretty bored and I wasn't following it at all. And then eventually the action actually, and during this, the 4D, the chair would shake a little bit, so someone shut the door, it would be like, you'd feel it in the back of you. And like when the train, they used the train quite a bit, and you could feel your chair sort of shaking, and chair would sort of rise up, and a bit of air would come at you, which was pretty cool. And then eventually the fighting started, and that was really cool. Once the fighting started, it didn't last long enough. I wanted there to be more. It was, oh man, it was amazing. It would have been pretty cool if there was some more kind of action scenes in it, but the fighting was pretty good. It does kind of make me want to watch the first one and see what that was like. The CGI and everything they've done it, and the way they used the 4D was pretty cool. But I would then would be more fun to use the effects of the 4D more. Because you had water coming at your face when certain bits happen, and the chair would actually be flipping, shaking, and everything. It was really cool because it kind of sucks you into the film. And it was the first time I've actually watched a film in 4D. I went to like Alton Towers and stuff like them. And they have 3D and 4D, but it was pretty cool. It was quite expensive, but it was cool. Didn't really like the way the film ended. Obviously, it relies on seeing the first one, which I kind of understood that. I could see where they were going with the film, even though I hadn't seen the first one. But if you've seen the first one, or if you want to go see it, I'd recommend watching the first one because the first hour of the film is pretty gash if you haven't. So what I've also got here, actually yesterday what I wanted to talk about, I don't know if I'm going to have any pictures over this video, it depends if I can get some video editing software on my tablet. It's Android, I fucking hate Android, but we'll see how that goes. But basically there's a lot of Japanese influence in Thailand. I'll show a quick sip of my green tea first. I don't want it to get cold. Let's get into the strong part now as well. There's a lot of Japanese influence in Thailand, and I knew that before. You know, I've come to Thailand 3 times now. And I've stayed quite a lot in Bangkok, the capital of Thailand, which is just a big city. And you see quite a lot of it, but where I've been going around a lot, I've seen a lot more Japanese influence, or I've noticed it a lot more. You see a lot more Japanese people, just because it's all sort of Asia. There's a lot of Japanese restaurants, and I went to a Japanese restaurant actually yesterday, and I'm quite a fussy eater. Since I'm getting a bit older now, I'm almost 23 now, or next May I'll be 23. I've kind of started to become a bit more sort of. I will try things. I guess it's where you're brought up. You know, I was brought up with my mum. I was my mum and dad separated. So, you know, there's not that kind of force, you know. I think if you have a single parent, they're not always going to be as strong as you as if there was 2 parents, especially, say, your father. So with my mother, she would probably, wouldn't be that forceful, you know. If I wanted something, you know, food-wise, I would have it. If I didn't want vegetables, then I wouldn't have it. And now I'm starting to kind of get into it a bit more and go into, a Japanese restaurant. I wouldn't really do something like that before. And this one was actually an all-you-can-eat one. If I have pictures, I have all the pictures, but if I can upload them onto this video, I will try. But basically, what happened, it It was pretty cool. We went into this place and there's loads of tables. They've got this conveyor belt going through the centre, so that it has a side here and on the side here. There's two conveyor belts going around. It goes around the whole actual restaurant, and it just has little dishes of food, Japanese food, just constantly moving around. And you have tables here and like a table on the other side, and then on the other side. And basically, you can just where you sitting at the table, you just take what you want. It's all you can eat for. It was for 320 baht per person, which is about £6. All you can eat, and you just take what you want. You have this massive, kind of like cooker, or it's a big dish in the middle of the table, which is just steaming hot. It's constantly hot, and you basically can take chicken from the side, and there's bacon, and all lots of Japanese. I don't know what the names are, but that was the only stuff I can really actually tell you what it was. But I did try some bits, which I was quite surprised. How some of it was quite nice, and you basically put it in, and I call it here. What did I call it here? I wrote a little note about this because this is what I was thinking about. The food goes in raw, so you basically have all the food's pretty much raw unless it's not meant to be raw, or like comes out raw or whatever. If you not really explaining it too well, but say you had the bacon, right, and that would be raw. The pork would be raw, so it's just red raw. You drop it into this magical pot, and 5 seconds later it's just cooked. Also, you can leave it in longer, and it won't burn it. It just kind of heats it up. So it was amazing. So you put the bacon in, and 5 seconds later, boom, you can eat it, which was pretty cool. So that was pretty cool. It was something different. You had to use chopsticks. And I can't use. I was trying to use chopsticks. I've tried a couple of times in the past, and I couldn't get my head around it. So there's this little spoon, and I was just trying with this plastic spoon as hard as I could. It took me quite a while to cut through the bacon and stuff, but kind of managed it. And also, it was all you could drink, bar beer, but you could go up and get Pepsi or lemonade, water, or whatever, just constantly. So I kind of conned on to this. Instead of me going up, every other time to refill my drink, I was just getting 2 drinks at a time. That's just how I roll. So yeah, that was pretty cool. It was something different. Hope I can upload a picture. I've not seen anything like that before. So yeah, that was cool. I waited because I wouldn't have had a steak because I didn't realise I was going to this place like 30 minutes before because I thought it was me going there about 4 hours later, so I was pretty full, so I didn't really I made the most out of it. My stomach was ready to burst afterwards, but could have been a bit better. And yeah, I mean, that's according to my notes, that's really all I've had to kind of cover in this video. Sort of hotel-wise here, hotel's pretty nice. You see, I keep seeing these flipping coins. Got a big ass sofa, it's pretty nice. I've got a TV. Unfortunately, this TV though, doesn't actually have any. Well, it has 2 English channels. The only English channels they are news about Asia, so and it just looks like they're constantly on repeat the news as well, so which kind of sucks. But I'm not really in. I haven't really watched much TV. I've been out quite a lot because basically where I stayed I've stayed in many different hotels, but the last hotel I stayed in when I started this year, I stayed in the whole time called K Resort. Really, really nice hotel, nicer than this. Room wasn't as big, but it was really. It was a really, really nice hotel. Everything. The bathroom was. I think it was like a 5 star. I think it was a 5 star. Definitely a 4 star. It was beautiful. I don't know what this is. I guess it's probably a 3 star maybe, but it was a beautiful hotel. It was where I stayed for about almost 2 months. I just stayed in the same hotel. And it was really nice, but the problem with the location was about a 10-minute walk and you could find like a little shopping area with some food and that, and it was quite expensive because it was quite a rich area. I saw Porsches and actually Lamborghinis. I haven't seen a Lamborghini in flipping England, but I saw one in Thailand. They had this, so I think it was quite a rich area, whilst here where I am now, it's more of an area, as you saw when I showed you outside the window, you could see it's not been fully built up. You obviously this hotel has and bits have. But basically, 5-minute walk from here, there's this underground tube station called the MRT, and basically go in there, and it has all English signs, obviously, on Thailand, so that's what I was kind of worried about. But there's this little computer there, you click on it and click English, and it changes to all the stations. And basically, within 5 to 10 minutes, it'll take you to the station you want, and then boom, I'm at where I can go to the arcade. I can go anywhere pretty much, and it saves me having to get a taxi. Because the thing is, if I get a taxi, I don't mind paying the taxi. The taxis are really, really cheap over here. That's one thing I love so much is how cheap the taxis are. For about like a half an hour taxi, it would cost me about £3, £2, £3, depending on sort of traffic. Which is just amazing. It's unheard of in England. Within 2 minutes it cost me that much. But with this tube, I don't have to speak to them. The problem is I don't speak Thai. I can speak a little bit, but not much to like direction wise. And if they start speaking Thai to me, that's when I completely lost. And the thing with Thai as well, when if someone writes it down, I have a clue what it says because it's just it's hard to explain. If you've seen it, you'll know what it kind of looks like. It's not very hard to. It's hard to sort of decipher. Like say, if I saw German, French, or Spanish, you kind of sort of make out what it says. So it's kind of useful because I have some places written down on my phone and I share them this and you take me there. But with the tube station, even though it doesn't take you everywhere around Thailand, it takes me to the places where I want to go and it's very cheap. If I want to go to the arcade and where all the restaurants are, it takes me about five minutes on the tube. Probably take me about 20 minutes in a taxi, and it cost me 18 baht, which is about 40p, which is just ridiculous. So it's just so cheap to get around everywhere, and that's what I'm really enjoying. And it's kind of making me enjoy more because I'm being able to see a bit more around Bangkok. And some of my plans here, what I will plan to do, I want to see a Muay Thai fight. Basically, they're crazy, these Muay Thai fights. They're really strong, the Thais. They just sort of like beat up trees. You see videos on YouTube, them just training against trees, just snapping them down with their bare legs and hands. Just like cutting and punching and kicking and it just breaks. So I would like to see one of them. I've seen amateur ones and stuff, but I want to see a professional one. I'm going to the river market, which is where all the markets in the river pretty much are all on boats and stuff. So I'm going around the tour on that later this month. I'm planning to leave Bangkok soon and go to Koh Samui, which is an island, and Phi Phi, which is one of the islands. Do that, which would be pretty cool. They're really nice and beautiful places. Like Bangkok's a city now, with beaches, and it's beautiful. Hopefully, if you've not been there, I get some pictures and stuff and show you some videos if I can. I want to try and I'm going to try and book quite an expensive hotel as well to kind of live up for a day or two because I found some little deal which made it half price. It's still really expensive, like £50 or £60 a night, but just live it up for a night or two, which would be pretty cool. I think that's pretty much it really. Hopefully this video's been, it's just me being rambling on, but hopefully it's been quite interesting for you guys that are interested in Thailand. It's more I'm sort of trying to make these sort of I was going to say short vlogs, so this one's going on for almost 20 minutes. I want to make these vlogs so just to give you guys an insight onto what I'm up to and what's going on in Thailand for any of you guys that would like to come out here. I know quite a few of my viewers are quite sort of young, well, younger than me, so you might not be at the age to, but it's a really nice place to check out. And before I said it, there was quite a sort of not a seedy side, but there's quite a sort of, I don't know where the best sort of a lot of women's. I don't know. If you watch my Pattaya walking street video, you kind of get the idea. And there are bits like that in Bangkok, but since I've been here, I've seen nothing like that. Purely because you kind of got to go looking for it unless you're in Pattaya or Phuket, and I'm not really. I've done all that. I've been there, and it's cool and it's nice to see. But more at the moment, I'm just sort of chilling out and taking it easy instead of getting hurled by like 100 women all at once. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it really. I think I'm getting a bit of a tan, but there's not really that much sun in Bangkok. Well, there is the sun. It's flipping like 35 degrees outside. It's bloody hot, but it's a bit smoggy. You want to go to the sun, you need to go to Koh Samui or Phi Phi, the islands where the beaches are at, and you'll get a tan. I got a tan on Phi Phi in one day, and my whole stomach was just brown. It was ridiculous. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have to finish off my green tea. It's a bit cold. You can see it's dark. That's where the strong part's at now. So. And it's Thai green tea instead of, I don't know what I have at home, but I think this is the proper stuff. So yeah, hopefully this video has been quite interesting for you guys. I'm going to go, I don't know where I'm going to go. I kind of don't want to go to the arcade. I think I'm going to go to the Thailand Cultural Centre, which is another part where I can go on the tube to. And there's a big mall there and a lot of sort of street markets and stuff. And go check that out. So try something different out instead of going over to this flipping arcade. Well, every time I go to where the arcade is, I always end up in the arcade spending too much money. So I think I'm going to have to take it easy because it's only been here for a week and I've already blown too much of that place. But nevertheless, from Mr. Big Russ signing out. Hope you guys take it easy. I'm releasing a vlog soon. Also, I forgot to mention Ryanum's come up with some good ideas. I'm actually speaking to him over Skype when I get the chance, and he's got some real good ideas for the channel. And obviously, he's uploaded his NASA's video, so I hope you guys are enjoying that. I haven't really been able to check YouTube too much because the internet connection out here in the hotel isn't brilliant, and I'm not really I've been kind of sucked into doing other things, trying to enjoy stuff. So I will be cracking on with YouTube when I'm back. A lot of new content, but Ryanum's coming up with a lot of good ideas. So hopefully he'll implement them before I get back onto making some videos, and when I'm back we'll be able to come up with some crazy ass shit for you guys for 2014, and it should be a nice big year, and hopefully some epic shit happen in the league and with the videos and all the bang and just all over your face. So yeah, nevertheless, Mr. Big Russ signing out. Peace.